family milk cow pays for herself and more.
Every year on average, we get about $9,000 of value from these beautiful animals. And that's between money that we save and money, cash, that we earn. Benjis!
No Benjis. But we are not alone. We asked you how you make your family cow profitable.
A lot of you in the Homesteady audience have some profitable family milk cows, earning hundreds to thousands of dollars from their family milk cow every single year. And we're gonna share with you how they did it too.
There are two categories or ways that a family cow can pay for itself.
Your family milk cow can save you money or earn you money. Let's start with the savings.
There are lots of ways a family milk cow can save you money. Some of these are easier and some are harder. One of the easiest ways is probably the reason you got the milk cow to start with, for her milk, for her cream. You have to milk her, even if she's got the calf on her, because your milk cow's gonna produce a lot of milk at first. So you'll be milking twice a day to get all that delicious milk and cream. And our family, with the 6 kids, we'll drink about a gallon of milk a day. And for our prices in the area, farm fresh, raw, A2 milk, that's going about $10 a gallon. That means weekly we're saving $70.
Now the next category of things you can save money on is medium difficulty. Butter is not too difficult to make. You use a mixer, a Ninja, or you can even just shake it in a ball jar. We used to do that a lot. We get about a pound of butter a week. That's about $24 in value if you were to get organic, farm fresh pound of butter around where we live. Yogurt is very popular in our house. We do about 2 quarts a week in yogurt, $24 in savings on yogurt. Soft cheeses. They're pretty easy to make, soft cheeses. We factored in, a couple soft cheeses throughout the week. We probably save about $10 on soft cheeses we would have been buying anyway.
The next category are the more difficult things to do. And they are more difficult because it's like you have to learn a whole new skill set. It's like you're going to culinary school to be a chef, but at the same time you're trying to be a master baker. The skills can overlap, but it's a whole new set of techniques you'll be trying to learn. For me, at the beginning of my family milk cow journey, wanted to do all the hard cheeses for our family. The first year, I failed miserably with most of them, and nobody liked them. Your kids love that melty orange cheese on their quesadillas. So I would go through all the steps of making my cheese that I made from scratch, and the kids would peel off all the cheese I made and just eat the crust. So, I wasted a lot of milk and a lot of cheese making supplies. That's not for you. No. That's one of those ones that people, when they get a cow, want to start with right away. They want to replace their hard cheeses, their cheddars. Just be prepared for some failures and for your family to hate all of the things you make at first. In the fall, I was making a lot of hard cheeses, about 2 pounds a week, which would be a $28 savings for us. I'm still kind of waiting for some cheeses to age in my cheese cave, so I'm actually buying our cheeses from the store right now.
Another thing you may save money on, but to be honest, it's kind of difficult at first, is ice cream. With ice cream, you're probably gonna wanna buy some ice cream making machine. I got really into making ice cream. I nerded out on it. I subscribed to ice cream making YouTube channels, and I learned how to make your ice cream super creamy. It took forever. I made a lot of mistakes, a lot of bad batches.
I'm the one who finally got it right.
Ooh. Secret tip, corn syrup. Just saying. Over time, we did get a good recipe.
Daddy, I need some now.
I know, let's serve it. Actually, Kay's dad makes a fantastic peanut butter ice cream with our milk. The grandkids can guilt him into making some. I'd really like to restock on that. We're not saving any money making ice cream right now, so we're not gonna add any savings to that category. But you might if you're a big ice cream consumer. Beef. Okay.
Oh, she's eating.
What? Go. No.
Freddie.
He's killing our outline.
Would they lose you by eating your outline?
No.
Freddie.
We can also save money with beef.
I think she ate all that page.
Freddie. She ate the beef page. Beef. You can save money when you have your own family milk cow on beef because you'll have bull calves and they'd be a pretty yummy addition to your freezer if they're not like a perfect bull calf that you want to breed. But like the baker and the chef illustration, raising beef cows and learning to butcher them are two very different skill sets that will take a lot of time to develop on their own. To butcher a beef, you'll either need to learn the skills, you also have to have some special equipment to lift up that beef carcass, to cut through the beef carcass, or you'll need to have a trailer that you can load your beef cow up onto and have a butcher lined up. They can be really hard to schedule with, so book them months to years in advance. It's in the hard category because there's a lot to juggle, but you might get into a groove and then it becomes very easy to save money on beef. But honestly, we have not saved any money on beef ever because all our bulls we've either sold or traded or kept and are currently using. So we do have some we will eventually, but we've not saved a dime yet on beef. So nothing to add in our category under savings. Now this is also in the hard category. Using your family milk cow to replace your feed purchases. So here I'm feeding these little piglets. There you go, guys. I just poured these little piglets some grain that has been soaked in Fancy's milk. Pigs especially are a great animal to use up all that extra milk that your family is not drinking, byproducts of cheese making, failed cheese making experiments.
Never.
Comment below, you know what I'm talking about, failed cheese making experiment people. And this year, we figured we saved about half of our feed bill. We're talking like $30 a week on our feed bill. And we raised a lot of pigs. I really suggest you go with pigs. You can feed chickens dairy, but that can get a little complicated as to the benefits and how much you use. If you don't already have pigs, or chickens or another animal, we put in the hard category because you have to learn a whole nother animal, you have to fence a whole nother animal, set up for a whole nother animal, and that's a lot. So if you're getting your family milk cow first year, don't also get your first 2 pigs you've ever raised. Get the pigs for a year, learn the pigs, then get the milk cow, or vice versa. But they're a great pair. Pigs and cows are a great pair. These guys are little Koonie IPP. If anybody's looking for a couple, email me, Austin, this is Homesteady. Some of these are for sale. So when it comes to how much money we save off of food for ourselves or our livestock with our family milk cow, each week the total we save on average is... Oh, I thought you were gonna walk over here. Okay. Come on, Vanna, get in the shot.
$190 a week.
Average.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, big savings.
See?
But that's not all.
I told you. 6 years ago, I told you they were worth it.
Who's your cute little cow?
Oh, yeah. So we'll move on from the food category. Another thing we save on is manure.
There's nothing on the ground.
There is.
Where? Show me a minute. Whoa, there we go.
Calf manure. If a farmer can't pick up his poo, is he even a farmer? Shit.
There's that brown gold.
There
I got
it
a
is.
nugget.
All right, so there's value in this as fertilizer, and we're able to just leave the cows in the pasture most of the time so they can just spread it all themselves. Great savings for us as homesteaders, especially at our new property where we're really going to be aiming to build soil up over there.
That actually does save us. The family farm here, they used to buy fertilizer and spread it with a tractor. We also do way less mowing than we used to. When we first moved here and we only had a couple cows, I had to mow every summer multiple times.
Yeah, like weekly.
Last year I never mowed the entire property last year even once. I did a couple spot mowings where like some stuff was getting too woody for the cows to eat.
Yeah, they weren't keeping up.
And I did the hill one time just to, you know, cut back and make it look neat when we were, I don't know, having company or something. But other than that, like we've saved a lot. So we figured about $10 weekly between diesel and fertilizer costs.
And yeah, wear and tear on the tractor.
And wear and tear on the tractor. So now there is one more way that having a family milk cow or really any homestead animal producing things that you don't have to go out and buy saves you money. It's a little complicated. It's through savings on taxes on the money you're earning. We'll talk about that more at the end of this video and how you can learn more about that. That brings us to our entire savings category $200 weekly saved with a family milk cow. So we know what you're thinking. In our last video in this series where we asked the question,
can you save money by owning a family milk cow?
We found that the average Homesteady viewer spent about $10 to $20 a week on dairy. And the average dairy cow would cost, we're looking at $50 a week to keep your average family milk cow. And we said you don't save money on a family milk cow. Now we're telling you that we save $200 weekly on stuff. So why did we say you don't save money with a family milk cow?
Because we're jerks. No, if you just want to save money on the dairy you're purchasing at the store,
currently,
it's not going to save you money.
Before we had dairy cows, we were never spending this $200 figure on dairy and other things.
I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to explain, but it makes me think about when we were trying to decide if we needed a Costco membership. Austin came from a Costco membership family. So we were kind of talking back and forth about it. It was just the two of us. And we did end up going on probably your mom's membership card.
Shh, we totally got our own Costco card as young, poor couple with no kids.
And everything was really expensive and really big, but the one thing we saw and we're like, yes, this is going to save us money. Huge pack of smoked salmon.
It's like an entire salmon's worth of smoked salmon. So we bought it at Costco. And it was a lot of money, but we saved a lot of money from before when we were buying like little tiny pieces of smoked salmon.
But there was only two of us.
And then we woke up the next morning, smoked salmon for breakfast, lox and bagel.
Then we're like, well, let's open, let's eat some for lunch, go crazy.
Smoked salmon sub.
Smoked salmon on pizza.
Smoked salmon spaghetti.
Every day we'd smell it like, I think it's still good.
Smoked salmon smoothies.
Did end up throwing maybe a quarter of it away.
Any money that we saved, we wound up losing because we didn't need that much. With a Costco membership, it requires you to spend more money than you were previously in order to get that savings. And that's the way a family milk cow can be.
Yeah, because there is a lot of upfront cost to a family milk cow, and there's a lot of expense in the way of getting your materials to make your cheeses, your ice cream, butcher your beef, get your pigs, and you have to be able to afford those upfront expenses.
But this video is about profiting, because you can flip the script. But to do that, I think a lot of people will actually have to earn cash from their cow. And there are multiple ways to earn some actual Benjamins.
We're gonna start with the easiest ways to make money from your family milk cow. And here we are, back to the poop. Manure. If you can find a market in your area for some organic, non-GMO cow manure, you can sell it to people in your area and they can use it to fertilize their gardens.
And please, we know that manure is not GMO manure.
A2.
It's a joke.
And I think if you're in a more suburban town or closer to places where people don't have their own livestock, but they are gardening, it could be a really profitable endeavor. For us, we're in a very rural area. On Craigslist, they're giving manure away for free, so we have not yet been able to sell any. Another easier way to make money from your cow is by selling calves. You can only keep so many.
Aww.
And when I say easy, I mean easy like I'm not having to learn to make cheese and sell that, but it's a little hard emotionally, especially if you've become attached to them. You can sell them a day old, make sure they get their colostrum, and that there's an experienced buyer who's buying them, because calves can be kind of tricky. This little one is actually for sale too, because I cannot keep them all. She'll be my first bottle calf that I'm actually selling, but you'll work really hard to find them the best home that they can get. And then make sure people are willing to send you photos and check in with you.
Give
We're
her a
like,
quick
no
hug.
way, too many strings attached with that calf. So if you are looking for a Guernsey calf, A2A2, she's been milk fed, still drinking off the bottle. Almost 4 months old. Freddie will be for sale.
Now the next way you can actually earn some money is by selling some cows or bulls. So let's go see our cows and bulls. We'll hop in the gator and visit the herd. As you grow your herd, you might hold on to a few cows, not sell all your calves. Wind up like we did, starting from one single family milk cow to many cows. And as your herd grows, you'll decide, I don't want this one anymore, I want to grow more of these ones. You can make more money off selling a family milk cow than you can that same cow when she was a calf. But you also have to put more time into her. There's more risk. The longer you keep an animal, the bigger the chance that they're gonna drop dead on you. You have to spend more to feed the animal. You have to train the animal. So while you can make more money, it's not necessarily going to be more profitable in the long run, but it could be, especially if you have a really nice, well-trained family milk cow in high demand. Same with bulls. You're not gonna be able to sell every bull that you have as a breeding specimen, but if you have a good one that's in demand, like our little Briggy, good genetics, he's a nice bull. We wanted to improve our herd's genetics and make more mini jerseys, so we spent a pretty penny on him. If you have a good bull like that, you can sell it and make some money. This is the bulk of the way that we've earned cash for our family milk cow enterprise, selling calves and cows and bulls. And we've actually made over the years thousands of dollars doing this.
These are our mini jerseys. They are a cow breed right now that's in more demand, so we get more when we sell them as calves or cows. It's gonna be a nice option for a small homestead if you're not getting very many calves every year, to have a cow of a higher value where people are willing to spend more for the calf.
So total sales off of calves and cows over the 6 years that we've been selling calves and cows, we've made $8,000 in sales. That means when you break it down, we've made about $25 a week on average in cash selling calves and cows and bulls combined. That's how we have made our money, but there are still more ways, medium and hard, that you can earn money off your family milk cow. Another one is stud service.
If you have a bull who's got wonderful genetics, or even the only bull in the neighborhood, you could use him as a stud to service the other neighbor's cows. This is a little more on the medium side of difficulty because you'll want to do some disease testing. You'll want to have a place if they bring their cow to your house to keep them separate. You'll want to think about first before you get into doing a stud service.
The next category, the next way you can make money is medium to hard difficulty, and that is selling milk. And you'll see why it's medium to hard. We used to sell milk back in our Connecticut homestead, but we don't anymore. But a lot of you in the Homesteady audience do sell milk. And we actually asked our audience to let us know what ways they were making money off their family milk cows. And selling milk was the most profitable way across everybody who responded to our questions. Rachel from Abundant Life Farm on Instagram lives up in Alaska. Things are really, really expensive in Alaska, and it's illegal to sell raw milk. But she found a great way that she could work around this and make some money off her cow was with a herd share, which is legal in Alaska. She has a herd share where you get for $55 a gallon of milk every week for the whole entire month. She has 4 people who are in her herd share. So she is making $220 every single month off of her herd share program. That's helping her to pay a lot of the expenses for feeding her cow, which up in Alaska, a round bale is $200 per round bale. So definitely helps make her cow pay for itself.
And then there was Jamie from 3 Little Goats.
Now, we don't milk any of our cows in the morning. We just find it easier for us to just milk in the evening, especially with kidding season right around the corner. We will be milking.
They live in Arkansas, and in Arkansas, on-farm pickup is the only way that she can sell her raw milk. So she has customers come to her farm to buy milk from her. They have 2 Jerseys that are in milk right now. They milk once a day, and they average 4 to 5 gallons a day. Jamie has 10 customers who regularly come weekly to her farm to pick up milk, and she has a few other not so regular customers who come.
We don't skim the cream off of our milk when we store it. We just basically pour it from the milker and we filter it through into gallon jars.
That means in just 4 months, Jamie has made $4,660 in milk sales.
Now we're gonna travel to Florida.
Hey y'all, Donna here, Hazelbell Farm. We are gonna work with one of our dairy cows today.
In Florida, it is illegal to sell raw milk from your little homestead unless it's sold as pet food. And there is a huge demand for this. Donna said it was not hard to find customers through word of mouth and a little bit of social media. She did have to get a pet food license. That's something you had to do through the state, but she did that. Donna said that her one family milk cow, the sales from that milk is producing enough money to pay for all her other animals' feed. And of course, the milk cow's feed.
All right, Dolly's milking.
How much is she earning? $6,000 last year from milk sales from one family milk cow down in Florida.
Over. There we go, that's it.
Donna has a very cute heifer calf, which she is right now training to become her next family milk cow. And if you want to go follow that story, we'll have a link below. Say hi to Donna. And while you're at it, say hi to Jamie, say hi to Rachel. Thank them for sharing their numbers. They're all profiting a lot from their family milk cows and sharing that with all of us. It's great to hear from the Homesteady audience.
Now we're going to the hard category of making a profit from your farm. And beef is on that. Beef, because of what we mentioned before, feed it more, there's more expense involved when you go to butcher it, there's skill, and if you're hiring a butcher, there's gonna be money there. But you could sell half of the beef and the profits from that can pay for your own half to get it butchered. Just more things to think about and to figure out. If you still have that really nice quality bull on your farm, you could always have his semen collected. That would be a little bit more hands-off than having people come to your farm, but you do need to arrange to get that semen collected. There can be some health testing that you have to do for him. It's one of those things that's a little bit more work to figure out how to do.
The last way that you can make some money from your family milk cow in the hard category here, we're gonna call this experiences. We're talking social media, YouTube, but also agro-tourism, on-farm classes. The homesteading movement is very real. There's lots of people who are trying to get back to the earth. And so with that comes people willing to take classes or watch your videos. Now, that is a whole nother business model, but it is a very real way that you can up the amount of money you're making from your family milk cows. So now you know all the ways that you can save money off your milk cow or earn money from your milk cow. Will it be worth your time? What do you think? Is it worth your time?
Honestly, yes. For me, of course. I mean, that's why I still have them.
Yeah.
I got in and out of animals that weren't worth my time pretty quickly.
Goats.
It's priceless for me. And there are so many other benefits that you can't give them a number, like your health, mental health. I love this cow. The companionship of having a cow. The milk products that you're eating, you can have control over, so you know what quality you're getting. And morally, where the milk's coming from, you know the animals are being treated well. The workout you're getting from cleaning out the stalls or walking in the fields.
Gets us outside every day.
And
a huge one for us, self-sufficiency.
Yes.
Just knowing we have a bunch of kids to feed, we're always going to be able to, the
Walk
grass is
out.
going to grow, the cow's going to eat it and turn it into milk, and from that we can feed our family, feed our animals. That's a huge one with the family milk cow.
yeah. Milking the 3 cows, we're getting about 4 gallons a day right now. For me, even if we weren't selling calves or cows and making any money from it, I would still have a family milk cow.
Right, but good feels and sleeping good at night and exercise doesn't pay the feed bill.
Yeah, the vet doesn't take that as a payment.
Is it worth the actual time? What is our hourly breakdown? We're gonna talk about what our hourly rate is. It's about to get a little scary here. But before we dive into that, if up to this point this video has been helpful to you, giving you more ideas of how you could make money from your family milk cow, would you go ahead and give it a thumbs up? Huh?
All right, let's talk about the labor involved with keeping a family cow. That's cleaning, watering, feeding, just that going and buying feed from the store, picking up things. Come on, Freddie. I said that was about, on average, 7 hours a week. It really is. Freddie. Wrangling.
Hey.
Naughty thing.
Who wants to buy this cow?
Yeah. So that's an average of 7 hours a week, an hour a day. Next is the milking and cleaning up after that. If we're assuming you're milking twice a day, it takes you a half hour to milk. So a half hour twice a day is an hour, 7 hours a week. This is when it gets a little, I think, scary.
There's a lot
of work.
Actually, more time to create the products
than to get the milk.
You squeeze the teat, yogurt doesn't come out. Hard cheese hopefully isn't coming out. So what does the time look like to create all this stuff?
All right, for me in the fall when I was making weekly soft cheeses, hard cheeses, butter, a traditional cheddar will take about 7 hours of active time. So that's hands-on time. I'm not counting the inactive time of the pressing and the waiting. Yogurt making an hour weekly.
Yep.
Yogurt's a bit faster. Butter making 2 hours, and then soft cheese about an hour every week.
If you're saving in your, I'm gonna save all this money on butter and dairy and cheese and yogurt and
yeah, that was me. That's what I said.
That's 10 hours a week of work.
Yeah.
To save that money.
It will add a lot of work to your week.
Yes, 10 hours.
So we had our 14 from the care and the milking, and then 10 to that. So that's 24 hours of working with your cow and dairy every week.
To get that profit. Now, what does that look like as a wage? Time for the Accountant Mike math breakdown here. $225 in value from her each week. $50 in cost on average each week. $175 of profit between savings and earnings for 24 hours of work, which equals, what's your hourly wage?
That means I am earning $7.30 an hour, which I am a stay-at-home mom. So for me, as a stay-at-home mom, for a hobby, to be earning $7.30 an hour for a hobby, that's not too bad. But if you're thinking I'm gonna quit my job and start milking a cow to make money, at first it's probably not going to be worth it.
Yes. You can make more money delivering pizzas or working at McDonald's hourly than you can keeping a family milk cow.
But if you're already staying home on your homestead, a family cow can be a fantastic way to contribute a lot on your homestead.
Yeah, we actually feel that the family milk cow as a homestead animal gives more from less input than any other animal you can bring to your homestead. So we're definitely not saying it's not profitable. We obviously are big fans of the family milk cow. And there's one more huge literal cash value that they bring, which we haven't covered yet in this breakdown, but we'll get to that in a second.
So if a family milk cow is something you want to do, hopefully you've learned a lot from these two videos and it's inspired you. We do have a family milk cow 101 that gets you into what you need to have a family milk cow, what milking involves, and how to be successful at it.
That's in the Pioneer Library. We'll have a link below for you pioneers. You can dive into that.
That's where that is, yes. This is one thing I think we never thought about when I first wanted a family milk cow, and that I was building our retirement portfolio.
Ooh.
So you're welcome.
Yes.
Our cows in the field. That's our chunk of change we have right now. Between the, I will say only the jerseys we got from our original Jersey Ladybug, we've got around $15,000 to $20,000 in assets standing out in the field right now. Yeah, and every year we get more calves, so my portfolio keeps on growing.
That's actually building you wealth over time. And believe it or not, a homestead can actually be a good tool to build wealth over time, but only if you do it right. There's a few steps that you have to take. And financial expert John Pugliano talked about this with us in this video. He explained how to use your homestead in 3 easy steps to over time build wealth for you, your family, generational wealth. And in that, you'll learn about how you save on taxes with your homestead too. So don't miss that episode. Click here to watch it.